Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Hello students, in the previous video we have learned Pythagoras property. What was it? It states that the hypotenuse square is equal to the sum of the square of other two sides. So it is, in a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of legs of the triangle. So suppose we are having a right angle triangle like this. Now here this angle is 90 degree. So the side opposite to this angle will be hypotenuse, that is this side is hypotenuse. Let this side be A and let the other two sides be B and C. Now according to Pythagoras theorem, it is A square is equal to B square plus C square. This is the Pythagoras theorem. And we have seen its converse also. What was the converse? It says, if in a triangle, square of a side or square of any side is equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides, then the triangle is right angle triangle. This is the converse of the Pythagoras theorem. And we have seen few questions based on these two theorems or these two properties. And now in this video also we are going to see many more questions based on Pythagoras property and its converse. So let's start now. So this is the first question. It says PQR is a triangle right angled at P if PQ is 10 centimeters and PR is 24 centimeters. We have to find the length of QR. Now how we can do this? For this, let's draw a rough sketch of triangle first. It is triangle PQR which is right angled at P. So let's take a triangle like this. So here it is a right angle triangle which is right angled at P. Here it is right angle. Let's take this vertex as P and this one as Q and this one as R. Now PQ is given as 10 and PR is given as 24. Now what we have to do? We have to find the length of QR. How we can do this? Can we use Pythagoras theorem here? Yes, we have to use Pythagoras theorem only. So according to it, it will be RQ square or QR square is equal to the 24 square plus 10 square, that is sum of the squares of other two sides. Now what is 24 square? It will be 576. So we will get RQ square is equal to 576 plus 10 square which is 100. Now this will give us RQ square, or we can write QR square also. This is equal to 676. Now how to tell that 600 and square is a square of which number? How we can do that? We can do this by prime factorization method. We just have to prime factorize this number 676. By doing that, we will get that 676 is a square of 26. So now we are getting QR square is equal to 676 which is equal to 26 square. Now from here we will get the value of QR. So QR will be equal to 26 centimeters. So the final answer to this question will be 26 centimeters. Now let's see the next question. It is ABC is a triangle right angled at C if AB is equal to 25 centimeters and AC is equal to 7 centimeters. Find BC. So here also we have to draw one sketch for triangle ABC. So it will be like this. So here it is a right angle triangle which is right angled at this vertex. And it is given that the triangle is right angled at C. So let's take this vertex as C, this one as A and this one as B. And now AB is given as 25. that is this is 25 and AC is given as 7. This is 7. We have to find BC. So here also we can use Pythagoras theorem. Now according to Pythagoras theorem, it should be AB square is equal to AC square plus BC square, that is square of the hypotenuse, which is AB here, is equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides. Now what is the value of AB? It is 25. Let's put it here. We will get 25 square is equal to 7 square plus BC square. The value of BC we have to find. Now by simplifying we will get 625, which is square of 25 is equal to 7 square, which will be 49, and plus BC square. Now from here we can transpose this 49 on the left side of the equation. So we will get 625 minus 49 is equal to BC square. Now what will be this? 625 minus 49. Let's calculate it. We will get 576 is equal to BC square. Now 576, is it a square of any number? How to get that? What we have to do for that is prime factorization of this number. By doing that, we will come to know that it is a square of a number, and that is 24. So we can get now BC square is equal to 576, which is 24 square. Now by simplifying from here we will get BC is equal to 24. So therefore the final answer to this question will be 24 centimeters. Now let's see the next question. It is a 15-meter long ladder reached a window 12-meter high from the ground on placing it against a wall at a distance A. Find the distance of the foot of the ladder from the wall. So what we have to find here? We have to find A basically. So the figure is given like this. Now this is the ladder, 15 meter long, and the window is 12 meter high. So here is the window. And what we have to find? We have to find the distance of foot of the ladder from the wall, which is given as A here. Now what about this angle? This angle here. Is it a 90-degree angle? Yes, it is a 90-degree angle because a wall is always perpendicular on the ground. So it means this angle here is 90 degrees. Now can we use Pythagoras theorem here to get the value of A? Yes, we can do that. So let's do it. So hypotenuse square, which is 15 square, is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides. So it will be 12 square plus A square. Now what is 15 square? It is 225 is equal to 12 square, which is 144 plus A square. Now from here we have to transpose 144 on the left side of the equation. So this gives us 225 minus 144 is equal to A square. Now let's simplify this. When you will subtract this, what you will get? This will give us 81. Now 81 is equal to A square. Now what do you think about 81? Is it a square of any number? Yes, it is a square of 9. So what we will get? A square is equal to 9 square. Now from here we will get the final value of A as 9 meters. So it means distance of the foot of the ladder from ground is 9 meters. Now here is the next question. The question here is, which of the following can be the sides of a right triangle? So what we have to do for that? We have to check whether sum of the squares of two sides is equal to the square of the third side or not. Let's check for the first one. So what will be 2.5 square? 2.5 square means 2.5 into 2.5. This can be written as 25 upon 10 into 25 upon 10. Now 25 into 25 is 625 divided by 100. So this is basically 6.25. So now we got 2.5 square, which is 6.25. Now let's find 6 square. 6 square is equal to 6 into 6, which is equal to 36. And then the third side is 6.5 square. So it will be 6.5 square because the third side is 6.5 centimeters. Now what is 6.5 square? It will be 6.5 into 6.5. Now you know how to multiply two decimals. Just multiply them. Now after multiplying them, you will get 42.25. Now check from here. What was 2.5 square? It is 6.25 and 6 square is 36. Add these two quantities. So let's add them. We will get 36 plus 6.25. Now what is this equal to? Is it equal to 42.25? Yes, it is equal to 42.25, which is the square of the third side. Now observe here what we are getting. Sum of the squares of two sides is equal to the square of the third side. So it means this will be a right angle triangle. Now which angle will be the right angle? The angle opposite to the side 6.5, because here the largest side is 6.5 and we know hypotenuse is the largest side of the triangle. So it means angle opposite to the 6.5 centimeter side will be the right angle triangle. So a rough figure will be like this. This side will be 6.5, this is 6 and here it is 2.5. So which angle will be right angle? Here this angle will be right angle. Angle opposite to the side which is having length as 6.5 centimeters. Now let's check the second part of this question. So the side lengths are 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters and 5 centimeters. First find square of 2. It will be 2 into 2. Now this gives us 4. Now again the second side is also 2. So 2 square will be again equal to 2 into 2, which is 4. Now the square of the third side, it is 5 square. So this will be 5 into 5, which is equal to 25. Now what do you think about these sides? Can they form a right angle triangle? No, because here sum of the squares of two sides is 8, where the square of the third side is 25. So it means Pythagoras property is not satisfied here. So it means this is not a right angle triangle. Now the next part. Side lengths are 1.5 centimeters, 2 centimeters and 2.5 centimeters. So here let's find square of 1.5 first. 1.5 square means 1.5 into 1.5. Now this can be equal to 15 upon 10 into 15 upon 10. Now by simplifying this, we will get 225 divided by 100, because 15 into 15 gives us 225 and 10 into 10 will be 100. So this is equal to 2.25 now. Now let's take the square of the second side. It is 2 square. Now this will be equal to 2 into 2 and this is 4. Now the square of 2.5. So 2.5 square. We have calculated this earlier also. This is 6.25. Now let's find the sum of squares of first two sides. It will be 2.25 plus 4. Now this is equal to 6.25. Now what is the square of the third side? It is also 6.25. So now what we are getting, sum of the squares of two sides is equal to the square of the third side. So it means this is also a right angle triangle. Now which angle will be the right angle? The angle opposite to the side which is having length as 2.5 centimeters. So a rough sketch will be like this. So this is hypotenuse. The longest side, it is 2.5 centimeters, and let's take this as 2 and this one as 1.5. Now here this angle is the right angle. Now here is the next question. The question is, a tree is broken at a height of 5 meters from the ground and its top touches the ground at a distance of 12 meters from the base of the tree. Find the original height of the tree. Now here a tree is given to us. Let's say we are having a tree like this. This is a tree. Now suppose it is broken from here. From this point it is broken. Now the upper part will touch the ground like this. So now it is given that it touches the ground at a distance of 12 meters from the base of the tree. Here is the base of the tree. So this distance is given as 12, and it is given that it get broken from the height of 5 meters. So this height is 5 meters, this much. Now what we have to do? We have to find the total height of the tree or the original height of the tree. For that, what we can do? We can find this length. This length is equal to this one. So now let's do it. This angle will be 90 degree because trees stand straight on the ground. That is, tree is always perpendicular to the ground. Now by using the Pythagoras theorem, we can get the length of this side. So let's assume that this is x. If this is x, then this is also x. Actually this part only fallen on the ground. So now according to Pythagoras theorem, it will be x square is equal to 5 square plus 12 square. That is, square of hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides. So from here we will get x square is equal to 5 square, which is 25, plus 12 square, which is 144. Now let's add them. We will get x square is equal to 169. Now we know that 169 is equal to 13 into 13. Now which is 169 is equal to 13 square. Now from here we will get x square is equal to 13 square. Now if x square is equal to 13 square, what will be the value of x? It will be 13. Now if x is 13, so what do you think about the total height of the tree? Total height or the original height of the tree will be equal to 13 plus 5. That is the part which is still standing plus the part which fallen on the ground. This will give us 18 meters. So it means total height of the tree is 18 meters, or we can say the original height of the tree was 18 meters. Now let's see the next question. Now here is the question. So here angles Q and R of triangle PQR are 25 degrees and 65 degrees as they are marked here in the figure as well. Write which of the following is true. Now let's do one thing. Two of the angles are given. Let's try to find the third angle first. Let's try to find it using angle sum property. So we can write by angle sum property, angle P plus angle Q plus angle R is equal to 180 degrees, because angle sum property states sum of all the three angles of a triangle will be 180 degrees. Now from here let's put the values of Q and R. So it will be angle P plus 25 degrees plus R, which is 65 degrees. Now this is equal to 180 degrees. Now from here, by simplifying, we will get angle P plus, now 25 plus 65 will give us 90 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Now from here, we can transpose this 90 on the right side of the equation. So this will give us angle P is equal to 180 degrees minus 90 degrees. Now 180 minus 90 is 90. So it means we are having angle P as 90 degrees. So we can say angle P is right angle. So it means PQR is a right angle triangle which is right angled at P. Now we can use Pythagoras theorem here. Now according to Pythagoras theorem, square of the hypotenuse should be equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides. Now which side is the hypotenuse here? It is QR. The side opposite to the right angle is QR. So it means QR is the hypotenuse. So here QR square is equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides, and that will be PR square plus PQ square. Now see from here, what do you think, which statement is correct? Here we have, see the second statement carefully. PQ square plus RP square is equal to QR square. Now let's rewrite this equation. We can write this as PQ square plus PR square, or we can write this as RP square, because PR and RP are same thing only. Now PQ square plus RP square is equal to QR square here. So this is equal to QR square now. Now see the second statement and the equation which we are getting using Pythagoras theorem. They both are same. So it means this statement is true. The second statement is true statement. What about others? Are they true? No, they are not true. Now here is the next question. The question is, find the perimeter of the rectangle whose length is 40 centimeters and a diagonal is 41 centimeters. So here we are having a rectangle. Let's draw a rectangle first. Let's say here is the rectangle, and diagonal is given as 41 centimeters. So let's name this rectangle as A, B, C, D. Now the diagonal BD is equal to 41 centimeters. Even if we will take diagonal AC, that will also be 41, because in a rectangle diagonals are equal. Now this is 41 and the length of the rectangle is given as 40 centimeters. So let's take this side as 40 centimeters, or we can take this side as 40 centimeters. Let's take CD as 40 centimeters. Now BD is 41 centimeters. Now what we have to do? We have to find perimeter. Now how do we find perimeter? We know perimeter is equal to 2 into L plus B, that is length plus breadth. This is the formula for finding perimeter. Now length is already given to us, it is 40 centimeters. Now what do we need for finding perimeter? We need breadth also. Now how to get breadth? That is, we have to find the length of BC. Now what about this angle, angle BCD? It is 90 degree, because every angle of a rectangle is right angle, that is 90 degrees. Now can we use Pythagoras theorem in triangle BCD? Yes, we can do that. So in triangle BCD, by using Pythagoras theorem, we will get hypotenuse square, that is BD square, is equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides. That will be BC square plus CD square. Now BD is given as 41, so this will be 41 square is equal to BC square. We can write BC as breadth, which will be represented by B. So here it is B square plus CD square, which is 40 square. Now what will be 41 square? What we have to do for that? We have to multiply 41 with 41. Now by doing this, we will get the square of 41, and that will be equal to 1681. So what we will get from here now? 1681 681 is equal to b square plus 40 square, and 40 square will be 1600. 4 into 4 is 16, so 40 into 40 will be 1600. Now from here we can transpose this 1600 on the left side of the equation. So this will give us 1681 minus 1600 is equal to b square. Now by simplifying from here we will get b square is equal to 81. Now what do you think about 81? Is it a square of any number? Yes, it is a square of 9. So it means we are getting b square is equal to 9 square, which implies b is equal to 9. So it means now we are getting the breadth as 9 centimeters. So what will be perimeter? Perimeter will be equal to 2 into L, which was 40, plus breadth, which is 9. Now it is 40 plus 9, it will be 49. So it means finally perimeter will be equal to 2 into 49. Now what is 2 into 49? It will be 98. Hence the perimeter is equal to 98 centimeters. So the final answer of this question will be 98 centimeters. This is the perimeter of the rectangle ABCD. So what we did here, let's recall it once. Here the diagonal was given to us and the length of a rectangle was given to us, and they asked us to find the perimeter, and we know perimeter is equal to 2 into L plus B, where L is the length and B is the breadth. Length was already given but breadth was unknown to us. So what we did first by using the Pythagoras theorem we got the value of breadth, which came out as 9. Now if breadth is 9, we simply use the formula 2 into L plus B to get the perimeter, which came out to be 98 centimeters. Now let's see the next question. So the question here is, the diagonals of a rhombus measure 16 centimeter and 30 centimeter. Find its perimeter. So diagonals are given as 16 and 30 centimeters. We have to find perimeter of the rhombus. Now do we know any property about rhombus, about its diagonals? Yes, we know one property, and it is diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other at 90 degrees or bisect each other at right angle. So let's take a rhombus first. Let's say we are having a rhombus like this now, and we know all the four sides of a rhombus are equal. So here is the rhombus, and let's draw diagonals also. So one of the diagonal will be like this and the second diagonal is like this. Now as we discussed one property, it says diagonals bisect each other at 90 degrees. So all the four angles at this point O will be 90 degrees or right angles. So let's name this rhombus as ABCD. If we take diagonal AC to be 16 centimeters and diagonal BD to be 30 centimeters. So what do you think about length of AO and DO? If AC is 16 centimeters and we know diagonals bisect each other, so it means AO will be half of AC. So it means AO is equal to half of AC, means half of 16, which is equal to 8 centimeters. So now AO is 8. What about DO? DO will be half of BD. So let's find it out. DO is equal to half of BD. Now BD is 30 centimeters, as we have taken the second diagonal BD to be 30 centimeters. So here it will be DO is equal to half into 30. Now this gives us 15 centimeters. So it means length of DO is 15 centimeters. Now how to get length of AD? Can we use Pythagoras property in triangle AOD? Yes, we can do that. So now what we are going to do? We are going to use Pythagoras property in triangle AOD. So in triangle AOD, by Pythagoras theorem, we will get hypotenuse square, which is AD square, is equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides. That means it is 8 square plus 15 square. Now from here we will get AD square is equal to 8 square is 64 plus 15 square, which is 225. Now what is 64 plus 225? It gives us 289. So it means AD square is equal to 289. Now let's prime factorize this number 289. Now we know 289 is divisible by a number, that is 17, and 17 is a prime number. Now 289 divided by 17 will give us 17 again. Now 17 can also be divided by 17, so it gives us 1. So now 289 is 17 into 17, which is 17 square. So it means we got AD square is equal to 17 into 17 or 17 square. Now from here we can get AD is equal to 17 centimeters. That is, this length is 17 centimeters. Now if AD is 17 centimeters, that is, one of the side length of a rhombus is 17 centimeters. What do you think about other side lengths? They all are 17 centimeters, because we know in a rhombus all the four sides are equal. So it means this is also 17, this is also 17, and this one is also 17. Now how to find perimeter of this rhombus? So we know all the four side lengths are equal, so it means perimeter of rhombus is equal to 4 into side length. And what is the side length? It is 17 centimeters. So perimeter will be equal to 4 into 17. Now what is 4 into 17? This gives us 68 centimeters. So therefore perimeter of the rhombus is 68 centimeters. Now here is the next question. The question here is, which is the longest side in the triangle PQR right angled at P? So for that, let's draw a rough sketch first. We need a right angle triangle, so it will be like this. Now if we are having a right angle triangle, we know that hypotenuse is always the longest side. So let's name this triangle as PQR. This vertex is P because here it is right angle, and it is given that it is right angled at P. Now what is the hypotenuse here? Hypotenuse is the side opposite to the right angle, and that is QR here. So it means longest side in this triangle is QR, or we can say it RQ. So this is how we can tell which side is the longest side in a triangle. Now let's see the next question. The question here is, which is the longest side in the triangle ABC right angled at B? So here we can see that it is right angled at B. So the side opposite to angle B will be AC. We can check by drawing a figure also. Let's say here is a triangle. Now it is right angled at B, and this angle is right angle. So vertex B will be here. Let's take this as A and this as C. Now what is the hypotenuse here? It is AC, because AC is opposite to the right angle, that is angle B. So it means here also the longest side is hypotenuse, and that is AC in this case. So longest side is equal to AC. Now let's move to the next question. This is the last question of this video. In fact, we can say that this is the last question of this chapter. So here the question is, which is the longest side of a right triangle? As we have just seen, in a right angle triangle, the longest side is the hypotenuse, and hypotenuse is the side opposite to the right angle. So here we can write side opposite to right angle, and we call it as hypotenuse. So it means hypotenuse is the longest side of a right triangle. By right triangle, here we mean right angle triangle. So the final answer to this question will be hypotenuse.